Hey, community, Instagram fam, how is it going? I have got a little time to kill here in the Denver airport. So, traveling adventures. Just gonna really get some excitement going for when we get back to the store. Awaken Wellness. I am Nurse Tanya. Bonnie and I have been on the road to Boise, Idaho with Cellcore this weekend, learning from the best and the brightest in the community. So, I will just give you guys a little update while I'm sitting here at the airport using up my battery. Cellcore, if you're not familiar with that, it is my go-to, my favorite jam for deep cellular healing, cellular restoration, like mitochondrial health. I think even in the wellness space, we don't talk nearly enough about mitochondria, right? The body cannot heal. I don't care what you do, if your mitochondria are being hijacked by pathogens and parasites, your body cannot restore. And unfortunately, we see more and more mitochondrial illness even in our younger community. So we are, we've had the tools. Cellcore updated. They released some new products. There's a product called Mito NR that has got some CoQ10 in it. All right, multiple, always got messages coming in. But anyway, that Mito NR has got some CoQ10 in it. I can't remember right off the top of my head. And then the activated B. So what I love about their activated B, like we've got a lot of great options at the store for activated B. Like one of my favorites is from Designs for Health. It's a mitochondrial NRG. So it's got the high dose of thiamine in it. It's got some CoQ10. So it's a really good blend to make sure your mitochondria and that ATP cell cycle are being taken care of. So, but I'm gonna highlight. Thanks, Michelle, for letting me know. I think I got lost because I quick answered a text message. Hopefully, I'm back and you can hear me. So, Cellcore's mito, or what do they call it? I think it's just methylated B or activated B or something. It's got that little bit of betaine in it. So for those of us who have got those deficiencies or those gene mutations, got some MTHFR difficulties, that methylation is a problem. So that little bit of extra betaine supporting the stomach acid goes a long, long way to getting us to that next phase of detoxification, that next phase of methylation. So that is a great product. They had us at this weekend. We took one BC ATP, one of the Mito NR. Mito, is it NR? So many products. I get them all mixed up. And then we took a swig of their glycinated. So sorry, I'm just on going live without any notes, without these products in front of me. But they have got a glutathione activator that is liquid that you drink. So those, we sampled those three together and it was such a nice boost of energy. The products have been out for a few months, but I hadn't really dug into them yet. I wanted to see what they had to say about them here at Eco. So you're going to be hearing us talk a lot more about that. Now, programs wise, I've got some amazing group programs that I will be bringing in. I've been working on them and really spinning my wheels, trying to get everything perfect, all the Canva layouts and this and that. And I teamed up with one of the I would say mentors there at Cellcore and got some help with this group package. So that is really, really helpful. Like it saves me hours and hours and hours trying to create all the content. Having it in your head And coaching your clients through it is one thing, but having it put out in a usable format is another. So I'm so excited about these groups. The groups, my group coaching, like my one-on-one clients, I've really, my mindset has always been that that's kind of for my distance clients, not necessarily for my locals that I can meet one-on-one with, but these this group program that I will be launching works if you are right in my neighborhood. You're still going to do it virtually. Or if you're hundreds of miles away from me, we're going to do it virtually. But we're going to create a healing community where we share our progress, we share our wins, and we share the hardships, and we get each other through it. That my program has always been called the Great Health Reset, and so the group program will be an extension of that. So that totally is my dry sense of humor with the whole Great Reset, but I call this the Great Health Reset. So yeah, there's that. It was a great weekend, reminding myself to work on myself harder. Every day I'm with you guys. I am nowhere near where I want to be with my own healing journey, but praise the Lord that I'm not where I used to be, right? So myself, as an RN, divorced from the sick care system, I'm going on about 6 years into my awakening, when Awakened Wellness was born, when I really realized the lies, the manipulation. I never was really fond of drugs as a nurse. I worked more in the corrections, and that I wasn't in the ICU, pushing cardiac meds or that kind of thing. So I've always been a little standoffish as a nurse. So it was my own health struggle, my own fibromyalgia. I had just really losing control of my life. I had herniated discs, so much IBS. I had chronic heartburn most of my adult life, and was on a proton pump inhibitor for, I don't know, at least a decade, if not longer. And if knowing what I know now, no stomach acid, nothing works. Nothing in your body works again at all when you take away the stomach acid. So that was where my awakening came, was me not wanting to go on medication for fibromyalgia and trying to figure out what was going on. And lo and behold, I found the root cause to my sickness and disease. The root of the root of the root was me. I was the root cause. What I was doing with my not knowing, in my 20s and 30s, I was a single mom raising 2 kids, working one full-time job with a side hustle. I had a private duty nursing business on the side. So I literally lived on the standard American diet, Diet Coke, and stress, just like everybody else, right? So those were things I had to learn that brought me to my awakening. So that's great, right? We all have our story. If you hang out with me, I'm nobody special. I am nobody important. I don't have thousands and thousands of followers, but I have a story to tell. I've lived multiple lives here that got me to 50, and I do believe in that gray-haired wisdom. So I'm planning, I'm trying to get the tech figured out, and I'll be doing a podcast. So I'd love it if you follow me, if you join in, and if you want to tell your story. I just want to tell plain old average Joe's story on this podcast. My clients have amazing healing journeys. I could talk till the end of the earth and back and share their healing stories. And I've helped them. I'm honored and privileged to have helped them heal. But I always say I'm really shy, even on my website, of posting testimonies or stuff like that, because they had to do the work. They had to do all the work, right? So I don't want to take the credit. When you work with me, I'll give you the directions. I'll help you pick out the supplements. I'll help you pick out the tests. I'll help you pick out the diet in the season that you're in. But you're going to have to do the work. And it's a lot of freaking work. Just like Bonnie and I were at this swanky, beautiful convention center in Denver here, like a gorgeous facility. Not one gluten-free option on the menu. Like, what the fuck, right? How can we be in a beautiful, swanky facility and they don't have one gluten-free option on the menu? Like, we need so much awareness. And they didn't have like hardly any like dairy-free options, right? So hopefully there's a lot of changes coming. But anyway, all of that to say, like, my clients, they get all the credit for their healing. And in the same respect, I won't take responsibility for anyone not healing, right? Like, if it wasn't your time, if you weren't ready, if you didn't follow through, like, I'm not going to own that either. I'm not going to take the responsibility for the healing, and I'm not going to take the guilt or the blame when it doesn't work, because it does work if you work it. It works for me when I work it. It will work for you when you work it. But you absolutely have to do the work, right? So, the exciting things that we're bringing in, and this is, sorry if you are my distance community, it's not for you, right? But you could travel. You can come see me for a week and do some of the healing services, things that we're bringing in. So I have a really small space. We're organically growing. We're in the country. I do not have a fancy spa. I never want a fancy spa that is all looks and no heart, right? So we have a very humble healing space. Our clinic is set up in a home or apartment setting. So when we get back, we're going to have to like rearrange everything. No, I really didn't have space for this equipment, but my clients need it and I need it, so we're going to figure out how to make it work. I bought this system. I've wanted it for years. It's called a Flowpresso. It is, for us as staff, I like it because it's set it and forget it. We just have to get you in it and leave you. 20 minutes is beneficial. 45 minutes is therapeutic. So we get you in it and we leave you. It's a compression system, full body compression system. So in a sense, you're like laying on a massage table, and then we get all of your limbs in there and around your abdomen and across your back. And the machine uses an air compressor. It heats, and it's got a little bit of a therapeutic wave to it as well, so a little bit of frequency. So multiple modalities. There's infrared heat, and then there's that compression, and then you're going to listen. You're going to cover up your eyes. We're going to give you some like essential oils, some aromatherapy, and then listen. You can listen to your own, if you've got a podcast or something you want to listen to, or we'll provide some nice healing music. So that is super exciting. And then we already have got high power PEMF and red light, as well as therapeutic grade ionic foot bath. And another thing I bought this weekend, I spent so much money this weekend, but I have to invest in my business. I have to invest in my clients moving forward, in me moving forward. And I have to be ready for what's coming, because there are so many sick people out there who are awakening to the lies, awakening to the sick care system, and realizing that they have to put their health first, and that wellness, your wellness routine, that does not mean fake eyelashes and fake fingernails. Like, I love that, take that self-care. Everybody talks about self-care, but self-care is not fake eyelashes and fake fingernails. And, fluffy Botox. That is not self-care. Like, we've got to rearrange your thinking. We've got to get you spending your dollars in a different place. So anyway, yeah, the other exciting thing that we are bringing in is ozone. So ozone therapy, right now I gotta learn more about it, and I've got to get comfortable with it before I offer an IV. I do have a doctor on board that would be my director when we're ready to go IV. I need more space as well before we're ready to do that. So right now, we're just going to be offering rectal, vaginal, ear insufflations with ozone. So they say 5 treatments rectally is equal to 1 treatment IV. So rectal is a very, very effective. You get the systemic benefit, and vaginal, it'll be less common. I don't foresee that we'll be doing like a ton of that, but it is really great for people even with fertility. But you can't just do that. You have to do it all, right? You have to be doing the detox. You have to be doing if you're having infertility problems, you would definitely be comprehensive. You would not be a easy fix. You would be comprehensive. You would need to be doing the detox. Then we can add these other modalities to help your body clear the toxins. If you are having fertility issues, it is toxicity. It's your liver. Hormones are secondary to all of that. If we can get your liver, your digestion, those things, your mitochondrial health better, the body will fix itself. Hormone imbalance is secondary. It is never the root cause. It is secondary to other things that are not working right. So these treatment modalities that we're bringing in, they are working in conjunction to what we're doing with diet and with mitochondrial restoration and parasites and detoxification. So it all works together. Now, can people come in and just do the Flowpresso if they're not doing other services with me, or they're not doing a detox? Absolutely, of course. We all start somewhere. The PEMF, red light, that should be way busier than it is. People need to prioritize that. Like, it is priceless. The high power PEMF to restore mitochondria, the red light, again, to restore mitochondria, to improve your cellular and vascular circulation in the skin. Our body stores toxins in our cellulite. That is the most opportune place for your body to store toxins. Like, say, if you are struggling, like me, I struggle still with weight loss. A healthy body finds a healthy weight, and my body does not want to lose weight. So I am not going to force it to. I'm going to keep working on my liver. I'm going to keep working on my mitochondria, and my body will eventually shed that fat. When my body won't shed that fat, it tells me I'm still more toxic than I think I am. That tells me I have to keep working on detoxifying. I have got those methylation issues. I've got slow COMT gene. I've got the MTHFR SNPs. So I've got 52 years worth of toxic buildup in my body that I'm still working on. So yeah, we have to do all the things. We have to change our products. We have to change our habits. We have to change how we eat. Then we have to get movement. Like, it's a big thing. But don't get overwhelmed. Just start somewhere. Start simple. Start with what you can control. You've got to start with your food. You've got to start with your food. You know, like I said, it's super sad as we're traveling and we're in like a swanky, like 5-star resort, and they don't have gluten-free options. Like, that's just wrong. We need more awareness. We need more people realizing what's going on. If you are really wondering how toxic you are, I encourage all my clients to start with a total toxin burden test. You can get that. You don't even have to call me. You can go to my website, awakenwellnessllc.com, go under the tab that says lab tests, and then all the way to the bottom to Vibrant Wellness, and then find the total tox test. Just get it ordered. It is money well spent. I don't make a commission on that. I don't mark it up. Some practitioners mark those up twice the cost. So for me, it just is what it is. If you would like me to review it for you, then I do charge a fee for my time, but I don't upcharge that test at all. And the test is kind of straightforward. Like, you can see what your results are. You can research, like if you've got mycotoxins, you can research where they're found. And if you need me, when you get the results, then if you're ready to start an intensive detox program, then we'll get you in my new group. So that will hopefully launch by July. It's going to take me a little bit to get all the back office stuff organized. In those group programs, we will meet at least as a group once a week. I'm thinking Sunday evenings, and as they fill up, I will probably offer, like, Wednesday is when I try to reserve my online stuff, so probably, as they fill up, then we'll do like a Wednesday group too, so we can try to make it convenient for everybody. You'll have modules where you'll have the information you need to get in and see what's going on, and then those live weekly classes will be your AMA, your Ask Me Anything, where we will work as a group and we will get all the problems sorted out and we will share all the wins. So yeah, like if I was going to set a date on that, I think I could have that launched by July. I'm pretty sure I could have that launched by July. So regardless, that is going to be a very, very affordable group coaching. It's going to be straightforward. It's not going to have any tests included. It won't have any supplements included. And that is what will keep the price super affordable. So as we go through the group, we'll probably talk about testing a lot. So some people are going to want those tests. It all depends on the level of health you're at and what your mind needs to know. So when I do testing, I do love testing. I do. But I get that it's expensive. But some people really need that black and white, especially if they've been given a medical diagnosis that has really gotten embedded in their mind and in their heart. It's hard for me as a practitioner to rewire your thinking, your stinking thinking. It's really, diagnoses are hard. I'd rather not have a diagnosis. I'd rather not know, because like fibromyalgia or irritable bowel or cancer or diabetes or whatever it is, or anxiety, you get this language going where you're saying things like my anxiety, my diabetes, my fibromyalgia. We get in this place where we're really mentally attached to it, and that's a dangerous place. So for me, when I'm helping myself or when I'm helping somebody else fix these problems, like get to the root cause of their disease, their diagnosis, we fix the body the same way no matter what the diagnosis is, right? The diagnosis came from an unhealthy body. I truly believe, like, an easy explanation is your oxidative stress, your mitochondrial dysfunction, your lack of nutrition, your parasite, pathogen, toxic overload is what causes disease. Where the disease lands kind of depends on your genetics, right? It kind of depends on where your genetic weaknesses are. But the root cause of all of this stuff, and then we have to take in the mental traumas, the stinking thinking, all of those things, from a holistic approach, we look at all of it, right? So, but we all have it. We all have those things. So, right, lifestyle, genetics, it all plays in. For me, that plays more in where the disease lands in your body. But we get rid of it. We fix it the same by fixing the cell, by getting out of the body what the Lord never meant to be in the body, and by replenishing what's missing. So this weekend, all of the speakers went back to we all wish that we could organically eat our way back to health, but we can't. We all know with our farming practices, with GMOs, with all of the lack of nutrition in the soil, we just can't. Even if you're eating organic food, which I encourage you to do, a lot of that organic food is basically grown in sawdust or hydroponically, and it might not be sprayed with chemicals, but there's no nutrition in the soil either. So regenerative farming, if you can do your own, if you have locals, I would rather put up with a little chemical spray on things that were grown in good soil. Good soil can mitigate some of those chemicals. I personally would rather let my liver weed out some of those chemicals and have some nutritional value. So those are things that we don't think about. We organic for sure, but non-GMO food for sure. I'd take non-GMO, grown in good soil and sprayed with some chemicals over a lot of organic stuff. Honestly, I would. So yeah, all of this. You ever think the bad guys, we talk about, like, say, the Paw Patrol and the bad guys, the Mayor Humdinger, like, you ever think that the Mayor Humdingers of the world have us at checkmate, right? They have us at checkmate, but we're going to fight. We are not going to just give up. We're not going to give in. We are going to get smart, and we're going to fight this with the tools that we have at our disposal. We're going to fight, and this is a spiritual battle. That's part of it. We all need to be praying for protection, and just I'm lackadaisy. Like this weekend, I'm like, I have got to get to praying over my food at home and when I eat out. So just simply praying over your food before you eat it. Lord, bless this food to the health and nourishment of my body. Block any curses. Detoxify the poisons. Prayer, frequency, just little things like that I could be doing better. You could be doing better. Maybe you've never even thought of it that way. But we used to do that as families. We used to say grace before we ate. It's not a ritual. It's a necessity these days. It's a necessity. And then pray for the farmers who created it. Pray for their well-being, that they keep creating, good, sustainable food. It's important. So yeah, that might be about all I have to say. If you were here listening to my video live, or if you're listening into it in the future, I would love it if you like and share my content. I hopefully in the near future will have a podcast launching. If you've got a cool healing story, get a hold of me. I would love to interview you. And it doesn't even have to be just healing. I would love to hear your life story. You're going to hear me really reaching out to the Gen Xers like myself, more and more, our generation, right? Our generation, the crowd of people I want to serve are the me's, right? They're the me's. They're the people who are now, in their 50s, close to it, 50s, somewhere around in there, who worked hard their whole life, who still want to work hard, who have got aspirations bigger than they can contain, but all of a sudden they lost their energy, right? So I'm here to help you in your 50s feel like you're 30 again. But this time around, you're going to feel like you're 30, but you're going to have all your finances to spend on you, right? Gen X, we raised our kids. I raised my kids on my own. So bringing them up, they were well taken care of, but they had to go to work. My kids had to work. They had to be independent. But in our 50s, our time is now. You're going to spend your money getting your energy back, getting your health back, and bucking the system. Gen Xers, we are all about the rebellious. We don't do authority, so band together and put your energy into restoring your health. Like, if that's you, then you're my crowd. Like, you need to get in my group program. We're going to get your energy back. We're going to get your mitochondria restored. We're going to detox. So you're going to feel better than you did when you were in your 30s, because your stress is less, your kids are out of the house, and let's get us like going forward to the next part of our life with vitality. We're going to have so much fun. Honestly, outside of the weight that I'd like to get off right now, I feel so freaking amazing. I no longer have chronic pain in my body, like at all. I wake up a little stiff, especially in the ankles, those first steps that I take getting out of bed, but I don't have pain all night. There was a time in my life when I bought really good mattresses and I kept switching them because my body hurt so bad. The fibromyalgia was so bad all night long. I was just miserable, living on ibuprofen, not having a clue that I was the source of my pain, what I was doing, how I was living. I was the problem. So now I can go to a motel, I can sleep in a shitty bed, and I'm not stiff and sore. So yeah, like I say, I am not where I want to be. I have not met the goal by any stretch. Even with my lifestyle, I'm working on it. I'm working on it all, but thank God I'm not in chronic pain anymore. So if that resonates with you, reach out to me. You can use my link in bio, get to my website. There's places all over my website that you can fill out a contact information. I would be so happy to have a conversation with you and to get you back, to get you ready to enjoy the next phase of your life.